Hello and welcome to our channel. Today, we have a heartwarming story about the incredible bond between a woman and her horse. In this story, we follow the life of Jasmine, a dedicated horsewoman who saved a newborn horse from certain death, and years later repaid her in the most incredible way. Be prepared to be touched by this amazing story of love and loyalty. Thank you for joining us, and let's begin. Jasmine was a young girl who grew up on a farm in a small town in Canada. Her parents were farmers who raised pigs and cows, but Jasmine was particularly fond of the horses on their farm. She would often spend her free time grooming them and playing with them in the fields. As she grew older, Jasmine decided that she wanted to become a veterinarian and help animals in need. She studied hard, eventually graduating from veterinary school, and soon after she opened her own vet clinic. One day, Jasmine received a call from a farmer who needed help with a horse that was giving birth. Jasmine rushed to the farm, eager to help the mother and her baby horse. When she arrived, she found that the horse had given birth to a premature baby horse, who was struggling to survive. The baby horse was small and weak, with a twisted leg that made it difficult for him to stand. The mother horse was also in poor health, and was unable to care for her baby. Jasmine was determined to save the baby's life, despite the odds against him. She spent hours caring for him, feeding him and keeping him warm. She also worked with the farmer to provide the mother horse with the care she needed to recover. Despite their efforts, the baby horse's condition worsened. He was not gaining weight and had trouble breathing. Jasmine knew that the horse baby needed specialized care that she couldn't provide on the farm, so she contacted a nearby equine hospital and arranged for the baby horse to be transported there. At the hospital, the baby horse received round-the-clock care and treatment. Jasmine visited him every day, and she was heartbroken when she saw how much he had suffered. But she was also determined to save him, and she worked tirelessly with the hospital staff to provide him with the care he needed. Over time, the baby horse's condition improved, and he began to gain weight and strength. Jasmine was overjoyed when she saw him standing on his own for the first time. She named him Lucky, as she felt that he was lucky to be alive. As Lucky grew stronger, Jasmine took an unexpected action. She decided to take him home with her to her family's farm. She knew that he would be happier there than in the hospital, and she wanted to be able to care for him herself. At the farm, Lucky thrived and Jasmine's family loved him and helped her care for him. They gave him a warm and loving home, and he quickly became a beloved member of the family. Despite his twisted leg, Lucky was able to run and play like any other horse. He loved to gallop through the fields and play with the other horses on the farm. Jasmine's love and care for Lucky helped him overcome his physical challenges and live a happy and fulfilling life. However, one fateful day as Jasmine was traveling to her vet clinic, she suffered a stroke which caused her to lose control of her car and have a serious car crash. After she was rushed to the hospital, the doctors observed that she had fallen in a coma. Her family and friends were devastated, and as the days passed, they watched her struggle to survive. They knew that it would be difficult for her to come out of the coma, and they were faced with the difficult decision of whether to keep her on life support. After 3 months, the doctors at the hospital said that, because she was unconscious for a long time, she might transition to a lasting vegetative state, which is almost impossible to recover from. Also, the bills were starting to add up, and with her family being middle-class farmers, they couldn't afford to keep Jasmine on life support for any longer. Therefore, Jasmine's family decided to end the life support. They knew that it was the right thing to do, but it was also a heartbreaking decision. They knew that Jasmine would want to be at peace and not suffer any longer. When it was time to bury Jasmine, her family followed the traditional customs of their region. They washed and prepared her body, wrapped her in a burial cloth, and placed her in a wooden coffin to take her to her farm burial ground. It was a sad and shocking day for everyone who knew her, but little did they know that something extraordinary was about to happen. While the funeral was taking place, the servants tried to lock up Lucky in a stable, but the powerful horse was too strong. He broke down the doors and chased after the crowd who were attending the funeral. As the mourners gathered around Jasmine's coffin, Lucky charged at them, causing everyone to scatter and move away from the grave. When the horse reached the coffin, he began kicking it aggressively. At first, people thought he was angry, but soon realized he was just saddened by Jasmine's death. Despite the efforts of the mourners to stop him, Lucky pushed off the coffin lid and stopped stepping on it. Instead, he began to sniff with power, you could see his breath on Jasmine's body. It was a shocking and surreal moment. Everyone was stunned and stopped crying. Suddenly, from inside the coffin, Jasmine's voice was heard exclaiming that she was almost buried alive. Her family and friends were shocked, scared but moved to tears, and they realized it was a miracle, and that Lucky had somehow known that his owner wasn't really dead. The story of Jasmine and Lucky's miraculous reunion quickly spread throughout the community, and it soon caught the attention of a reputable doctor who specialized in coma and brain injury. He was intrigued by the case and decided to investigate further. After reviewing Jasmine's medical records, the doctor discovered that she had suffered from a rare condition called cerebral hypoxia, which occurs when the brain is deprived of oxygen. In some cases, patients can make a full recovery, but it is extremely rare. The doctor suspects that this is what had happened in Jasmine's case. He believes that Lucky had somehow known that Jasmine was alive, even when her family and medical team had thought otherwise. The doctor was amazed by the horse's ability to sense that Jasmine was alive and was impressed by the strong bond between them. He had never heard of such a story before and was fascinated by the idea of an animal being able to sense something like that. Although he couldn't explain the exact mechanism behind it, he considered it to be a modern-day miracle. We hope you enjoyed this story and it touched your heart as much as it did ours. Don't forget to tell us what you think about James and his adventure in the comments below. Thank you for watching and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more exciting and heartwarming stories like this one. See you in the next video.